I was skeptical about this one at first. I mean, I've used a few spotting scopes over the years, and most of them either feel like overbuilt bricks or give you that tunnel vision where you're squinting to see anything past 30 yards. Then I got my hands on the Leica APO-Televid 65 with the Vario 25-50x WW ASPH eyepiece. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What really surprised me was how light it felt for something that's basically a tank. The body is magnesium alloy, so it's shock resistant but still fits in a medium camera bag without taking up half the space. I took it out to the marsh last weekend just to test the close focus, about 10 feet away, and the image stayed sharp even when I zoomed all the way to 50x. Ducks were paddling right in front of me, and I could still see the feather detail without the usual color fringing you get with cheaper scopes. The dual-geared focusing ring is a game-changer if you're used to the single-ring scopes. You get that buttery smooth macro adjustment when you're trying to lock onto a distant heron, and then it's easy to fine-tune without overshooting. I also love the wide-angle eyepiece. At 25x it gives you a broad view so you're not constantly panning, and then you can ramp up to 50x when you actually spot something worth watching. The AquaDura coating on the lenses really does bead water off. Tried it in a light drizzle and the glass stayed clear without any fogging. Color correction is where this thing shines. Leica uses apochromatic glass with fluoride elements, so even at 50x the reds and greens don't bleed into each other. I was watching a kingfisher dive for fish, and the blue of its back didn't look like a neon smear the way it does in some budget scopes. The close focus also lets you pick out insects on reeds if you're into that kind of thing, which is handy if you're into macro birding or just like knowing what's buzzing around your feeders. The only real downside I've found is the price tag. It's not something you impulse buy on a whim, but when you break it down per hour of use over years, it starts to feel more reasonable. The eyepiece is fixed, no modular upgrades, so if you want a wider or narrower field later, you're buying a whole new scope. And the magnesium body, while tough, can get a little chilly in winter if you're not wearing gloves while adjusting. Overall, though, it's the kind of optic that disappears once you look through it. You're not fighting the gear, you're just watching. If you're serious about long-distance viewing and you want something that'll last a decade without the image degrading, this is the one to save up for. The link is below if you want to take a closer look. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Leica APO-Televid 65W angled professional scope kit with Vario 25-50x WW ASPH eyepiece, shock-resistant and compact design sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like 25-50x WW AS zoom eyepiece offers a wide viewing angle and apochromatic color-corrected optical system with fluoride glass actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. What stands out about Leica APO-Televid 65W angled professional scope kit with Vario 25-50x WW ASPH eyepiece, shock-resistant and compact design is how it seems positioned for buyers who want something practical, easy to understand, and worthwhile beyond the first impression. That usually matters more than flashy marketing because long-term satisfaction comes from how well the product fits your actual routine, priorities, and expectations once you start using it regularly. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Leica APO-Televid 65W angled professional scope kit with Vario 25-50x WW ASPH eyepiece, shock-resistant and compact design usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.